And I wish that in this debate we could put the matters, the Honorable Pukos, allow me to, we should put the matters where they lie. The matters of maize and the production of maize, Madam Speaker, lie elsewhere, away from the debate on GMOs, Madam Speaker. Because, Madam Speaker, GMOs evoke emotive issues, moral issues, ethical issues, medical issues, scientific issues, Madam Speaker, that I don't think we are tooled enough with our bare hands as members of Parliament to determine, Madam Speaker. And that's why, Madam Speaker, we set up institutions in this country to help us deal with issues like such. Madam Speaker, we passed a law in this Parliament on biodiversity. We've passed laws here on biosafety. Madam Speaker, so I'm certain that our institutions that we have set up are able to advise us best on what GMO is right, what GMO is wrong, Madam Speaker. Where I stand, Madam Speaker, for example, my region, Western Kenya, does very well in cotton. Madam Speaker, we stopped growing cotton a long time ago, and indigenous cotton seed is not doing well, Madam Speaker. I would be persuaded, Madam Speaker, with right evidence, that if we can get GMO cotton, the BIT cotton, BT cotton, Madam Speaker, could do well in Western Kenya, then we'd be advised to adopt BT cotton. In that case, Madam Speaker, I would be supporting any product, GMO, that is non-food. Cash crops like cotton, Madam Speaker, we could use that technology on GMO, let us produce more on cash crops, Madam Speaker. And so the idea that we will dismiss GMO just like that, Madam Speaker, is not right. There are areas, Madam Speaker, like food products where GMO may have problems. We've been told that GMO maize seed, Madam Speaker, if planted in Western Kenya, could wipe out our indigenous seed and would make us dependent on GMO seed, Madam Speaker. In that regard, therefore, GMO would be bad. And so I think it will depend on where you're speaking from, Madam Speaker. And so I want to persuade members here that where science is concerned, let us be guided by science. Let us not be emotional. Let us not throw out the baby with the bath water, Madam Speaker. We know that GMO has had disadvantages elsewhere. For example, if we don't have products that are labeled as GMO, and we are told, Madam Speaker, we are told that even as we speak today, as our markets, Madam Speaker, there are GMOs. There are oranges in our markets that have no seed. There are avocados that have no seed. We have fruits here that have no seed at all. Madam Speaker, today we import like chicken from South Africa. We import chicken from Europe. Who knows whether they are GMO or not, Madam Speaker? No one is labeling anything, Madam Speaker, and I think we are also having bodies that are failing. Madam Speaker, KEFIS, KEBS, the biosafety organization, Madam Speaker, they need to advise us, because we cannot be dealing with very uncertain situations like this, so we don't know what we are feeding on. So it's important that we also put the bodies we've set up by law to task to advise us as a country on some of these things. Madam Speaker, we also know that GMO may encourage food intolerance, may come with allergies, may come with, Madam Speaker, patent issues, that today in Ugenya, someone can go to his farm, pick a maize cob, keep it in the roof. The next season he can plant it. But with GMO, you'll not be able to do that, Madam Speaker. And so people must know both the advantages and disadvantages of GMO before we are asked to embrace them, Madam Speaker. But Madam Speaker, even as I say that, last week we were told that the world is now 8 billion people. 8 billion, Madam Speaker. So it raises issues of food security. If as a country we can develop a method where we can make food cheaply, we can produce food in huge numbers, people, Madam Speaker, will be in a good state. And so I want to advise all of us that in this debate on GMO and non-GMOs, let's allow science to guide us. But as to whether we should import maize tomorrow, Madam Speaker, I'm against totally until we finish our stock of maize in the country before we start talking about maize from elsewhere. Otherwise, we are looking at a scandal in the next few months with PSCs asking where did the money come from, and questions have been asked about this. Let there be transparency if you have to import anything into the country called maize. Madam Speaker, thank you, and I beg.